Hey, what's up? Today we're going to cover the ankle joints, the talocrural and the subtalar. We'll cover what kind of joints they are, how they move, and where they move. We'll also go over basic exercises in each movement. All right, let's get started. The talocrural joint is the union of the distal tibia and fibula forming a joint with the dome of the talus. It's a hinge type joint that moves in the sagittal plane in plantar flexion as well as a dorsiflexion. I like to remember plantar flexion as a plant because when I'm standing on my toes, like in a plantar flexion movement, my toes are rooted into the ground and it makes me feel like a plant. For dorsiflexion, I think of a dorsal on a dolphin because a dorsal fin points upward and your toes point upward in dorsiflexion. Hopefully this can help you remember the movement pattern of both. A calf raise is an example of a plantar flexion exercise. For dorsiflexion, you can wrap a band around your foot and then pull inwards like this. Now let's talk about the subtalar joints. The subtalar joint is a gliding joint that allows movement in the frontal plane, specifically inversion and eversion. Inversion is when the sole of your foot turns inward, like you're trying to look at the bottom of your shoe, while eversion is when the sole of your foot points outward. You can think of evicting, pushing something out, and that's the movement of eversion. Some common exercises for inversion or eversion would also be banded exercises like this or like this. All right, there you have it. The ankle is made up of two joints, the talocrural as well as the subtalar. The talocrural is a hinge type joint that moves in the sagittal plane. It moves in plantar flexion as well as dorsiflexion, while the subtalar joint moves in a gliding movement and it moves in the frontal plane in inversion as well as eversion. Thanks so much. If you enjoyed watching this and you want to continue following along as I prep for the ACSM Personal Training exam, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.